Good morning and welcome to the Perkins Garages YouTube channel for a walk around video, and this time we're looking at Gold Dust. I'm only joking, it's a MG ZS EV Trophy Connect in Black Pearl, featuring the 72.6 kilowatt battery that's going to give you 280 miles of range. That is all thanks to a 115 kilowatt motor. The vehicle is registered on a 72 registration, so it's going to give us MG warranty until September 2029. The vehicle itself is incredibly low mileage. It's only done just under 4,000 miles, and let me take you through all the amazing spec to be found on the Trophy Connect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link in the description a video to the launch video I did for the MG ZS EV, and in that video you'll have all the technical specification, all of the amazing spec to be found. But this is a brief walk around video on this in particular vehicle. So let's start at the front with the SIAC light technology headlights. Ooh. And the bit around the outside that might appear to be flashing in your video is the daytime running. That is flashing because of the frequency in which the video is recorded at, but let me assure you they look incredible in real life. Just below that we have a closed up front grille now, all for aerodynamical purposes. Under this little flap here you have the type 2 connector, so that's your home charging, AC, so that's up to 7 kilowatts, and this bit here, which is the now CSS charger, that can take you up to rapid charging, so you can use the 50, you can use the 100 kilowatt charging guns in public services, and that will get you charged in no time. Those are the keen eyes. Just below the MG badge we have one of the 4 cameras on this vehicle to build you up to the 360 cameras. Moving around the offside of the bumper until we get to the gorgeous 17-inch alloy wheel. I will count these as alloys because underneath that little aero cover is a gorgeous alloy wheel, but these will save you in aerodynamic drag, again extending your range. Looking up to the windscreen, auto wipers and auto lights, all thanks to a lovely little sensor up there. Look even higher, we have what's called a panoramic glass opening roof, so you can see the first pane of glass slides all the way back to that position there. We also have some lovely silver painted roof rails. Okay, spec doesn't stop there. We're in for a hell of a ride this morning. Blind spot assist, part of the MG Pilot system, with loads of tech on there. I'll cover that once we're inside in a second. I've left the ignition on to make the lights look nice, but I can't lock it. We have keyless entry on both door handles, so the key's in your pocket, click that button, it will lock, click that button, it'll unlock. Marvellous. So making our way around the body of this ZS EV Trophy Connect, we're going to start from the top and we're going to pan all our way down like so until we arrive to the offside rear wheel. So I'll give you a quick glance of that. Now we're going to make our way around the rear bumper. So we've got rear parking sensors on the bottom lip there, and we also have a very good quality rear vision camera there as well. So that's 2 of the 4 cameras, and the other 2 are hiding. So we'll just give you the same treatment on the near side of the body, make it away from the top all the way back down, showing you the near side rear wheel, and that's going to take us lovely to the near side front wheel. Oh look, there's another camera. So the other 2 are in both the wing mirrors, and we'll show you the 360 camera inside the vehicle in a second. First off, let's have a look inside the boot. So the MG clasp doubles up to be a lovely handle and pops out of the way once you've opened it. So the ZS boasts the lovely dual height floor system. Let me just get the charger out of the way. So we can see the 2 plastic indents over there, so you can raise the height of the floor, giving you a lower entry point there, so it's nice and easy to get things in and out. Pull that back, put it into the lower position, that increases the volume inside here massively. As you with the keen eyes, we do have a compressor and a tyre sealant kit to keep your tyres inflated and keep them going in the right direction. To the right hand side we have a charger. I like to define these as granny chargers, as nothing's going to happen quickly. This pops into your domestic 3-pin plug, and this goes into the front of the vehicle, where I demonstrated earlier, and this will slowly charge your vehicle. So this is about 3 kilowatts of charging, and you can also get the 7 kilowatts at home as well. But for example, if you weren't using the whole capacity of the battery every day, this charger is more than sufficient to get home, plug it in, and it will top up the remainder of the battery. This is what we do with all of our courtesy cars, and we never have a problem. But then again, if you are using the full capacity of the battery on a daily basis, I'd recommend getting a 7 kilowatt charger installed at home, and then you'll have no problems charging it overnight. Okay, look inside the rear now of this ZS. So we've got some gorgeous red stitching with some leather style upholstery there. Turn it around. I'm sorry about my muddy footprints, don't take any notice of that, that's my problem getting in taking photos a second ago. We've got some lovely leather style upholstery there. We've got ISO fixing point on the near side rear and on the offside rear there. It's a very comfortable, very durable, robust leather style here. Once again, at the back of we have air vents, a USB and a USB-C charging port. So this is Matt's. That's away. I apologise. I was taking some lovely photos a minute ago, so we'll get that hoovered off in a second. Not an issue. Anyway, so we've got mats in it already, and we've got some lovely interior inside the rear. Open up the front door now, the driver's door that is. Electric windows and a child lock for the windows is found on that cluster. Interior locking can be found just to the left hand side of the door handle. Spinning it around now, we've got some lovely seats in the front here. You can see the quality of those front seats. 2 heated front seats, and we also have a 1, a 2, 3, a 4, 5 and a 6-way adjustable driver's seat. So just excuse me for a second whilst I get into the vehicle. You will hear some distortion on the microphone, so just let me settle quickly. Wonderful. Okay, so hopefully the microphone will sort itself out a little bit. So I'm just going to close the panoramic glass opening roof now, because it's starting to get a bit drizzly. So there's all the control wrap. We have one here which is for the blind. So as you can see, the blind is now covering the roof, and the furthest forward button is for the glass, so you can tilt it or send it all the way back once more. Obviously, whilst we're here, all your lighting controls, and we also have an SOS emergency button there also. Whilst we are looking to the sky, please can I take your attention to a lovely USB port up there. So for those of you that do use dash cams, plug it straight in there, don't have wires trailing around everywhere. It's a really good little design. Okay, let's turn off the heating quickly. Let's turn off the heating so you can actually hear what I'm doing. Marvellous. Okay, so this is the digital driver display the EV comes with. So the left hand side is a digital speedo, just over there. On the right hand side, we now have a percentage of power. So that's done away the RPM gauge in your conventional petrol or diesel. And now we can see so obviously flat out on the motor will be 100%, and neutral, like we are now, is 0. This vehicle comes with a really intelligent kinetic energy recovery system. So depending if you're in mode 1, 2 or 3, defined by that little colour band just around the outside of the number 3, you can expect up to minus 20% power. So that is recovering energy straight back into your battery instead of just rolling to a stop and would be wasted kinetic energy. So that's a little bit about the percentage of power. In the middle we have the digital driver display that we can control using the right hand side of the arrows, and we can flick through different chip computers. Go right, this is the adaptive cruise control screen. Right once more, we can see tyre pressures and other little goodies in there. So it's a very interactive driver display. I mentioned cruise control a second ago, and that is found on the lever to the left hand side of the steering wheel, just next to your left knee. It's a very ergonomic place to have it. You can simply pop it towards you, set your speed, set your distance by using the control arm like so. Once you're done, push it away from you and we're all good to go again. So that's a little bit about that. If I was to zoom out once more, we can show the controls on the steering wheel. We have volume to left hand side, phone connectivity, a source button, and once again the arrows to control the screen ahead of you. We have a star button that can be programmed to be a multitude of different things. We have a voice command button there as well. So the voice command button is lovely, if I can now pan us over this way, to use with the infotainment screen. So let's just get off the heating screen quickly. So we've got the 2 little widgets there, one for Apple CarPlay and one for Android Auto. So whichever software you have on your smartphone, plug it in using a USB data cable in that data port just there, and take advantage of all the software that you have on your mobile. For example, the ZS comes with a really lovely navigation system. So this is one of the major improvements for me, is the software of this model compared to the last. So it's very, very responsive, very easy to use, and as you can see, it's a very clear format. But some people love using Waze, some people like using Google Maps. That's absolutely fine, so that can be transferred from your phone onto that screen as well. But once again, with the CarPlay systems, it gives you the ability to use Google Assistant or Siri, so you can ask the vehicle to do a multitude of different things, keeping your hand off the wheel at all times. But whilst we're looking at the MG navigation, I am really a fan of this software. So you can click on the little lightning bolt there, and that will give you a current range to where you are. You're worried about you've got nowhere to charge, click on that little charging pump at the top there, and it will find all of the local charging stations for us. So non-EV people will say it's always the infrastructure that's the issue of electric cars. You can see just how many charging stations are around us. They're absolutely everywhere these days, and there's only going to be more of them in the next few years. So that's a quick glance at your navigation. The ZS comes with, and the new 4 and the new 5 come with this lovely little charging management screen. So the valeter said to me this morning, Dan, I've charged up the ZS so you can have a nice 100% charge in the morning. So what they did was they had it set to 40% charge. So guess how much charge I've got in there this morning. So that's a really good point. If you don't want to charge it to fully every night, you don't need the capacity of the battery, you can dictate where it charges to. So if you know, for example, you're going to need 150 miles, set it to that. So it's a really nice little feature. It's a bit like popping £10 worth of petrol in an old, you know, petrol or diesel vehicle. You're just topping up, if you like, and that's exactly what you're doing there. And from there we can also go into charging settings and schedule the charging accordingly. For example, if you're getting home in the evening, you can plug your car in straight away, then either through the iSmart application or through the screen here, you can schedule the charging, say 10 o'clock and finish at 10 in the morning, because you know you get a nice cheap tariff overnight. So very versatile the way you can charge these. All your media is in the middle. Scroll to the right, you can see all additional settings. Whilst we're here, what I'm also going to do is click on vehicle, and up there we can see the MG Pilot system that I was referring to earlier. So it includes things such as speed assistance, lane assist, just there, we've got traffic jam assist there, forward collision, pedestrian automatic emergency braking, and rear driver assistance as well. So tons and tons of driver assistance software on board this vehicle already. I mentioned that star button on the steering wheel, and we can program that to be a multitude of different things. For example, 360 camera on and off. So when I click that button now, it comes up with our 360 cameras. So the ZS doesn't come with front parking sensors, but that's not an issue whatsoever. If you were going in front ways into any space, click your star button, it'll come up with the front facing camera, and you've got the nice lines to navigate you and show you your distance. Whilst we're on the 360 camera, let's give you a little tour around this one. Click the 360 3D at the top, it comes up with a 3D image of the vehicle. From there you can spin it around and see your environment as it is. So that's a really nice feature. Go back into 2D and it's just the standard cameras. For myself, I park next to a curb most evenings, whereas I'm okay at parking to the curb, and I've done it a multitude of times. If you did have someone that enjoys finding the curb and maybe has an issue with curbing wheels, we can go to either near side or off side wing mirror camera, and you can see the front wheel there. You can exactly see how far or near you are to the curb there. So again, these ZS's are jam-packed full of tech. So that's a quick brief on some of the things the screen can do. Just below we have a nice series of quick toggle buttons, one for home volume, we've got one for the air conditioning, front and rear mist, a fan speed and a temperature control. Down there, 2 USBs, one fast charge USB-C, and we also have a data port there for your phone connectivity. This little cluster here is where the gear selector is. Foot on the brake, we can turn that between reverse, drive, and we can put parking in the middle. We do have an electronic handbrake which will get cancelled where you put it into drive, and it will apply every time you put it into park. Buttons here, one for the mode, so we can go between sport, eco and normal. We have one for the kinetic energy recovery system that I was banging on about earlier, and we got one to take you to your battery settings. So that's a little bit about this MG ZS. Again, I'll attach the link to my other video below, so if you do want any more information, have a look in that one. Apart from that, thank you very much for watching this video. If you do have any questions, 01376 550 899. Speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.